People, now good evening. Now welcome to Obidati Family TV. For this program, where we do Hope Alive. So today, we know one make we begin as Saturday. I hope say everybody dey okay. On a good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where on a day. So as we come today, we know how yesterday take end for court. And we know say today, P2B day court. Even now, as we dey speak, court still dey sit. So we don't wait, say we say no, make we just enter, make we give the transcript of wetin happen for court and as it take the happen now. Because now, video, that Channels Television witness, where them bring come yesterday, where be say too much argument full everywhere. So now they can decide say, make it come today, make it come back today. So today, argument come full everywhere again because people become court, can't carry another TV again. It can become two. So argument, these people objection from head, from down, from center, everywhere. And now we come talk say whether they like them or not, we go bring wetin happen to court today. So we go start with the transcript, make we no kill time because we no get time at all. Even my person where they join me today, we go analyze now our brother and our analyst. The only person will be say he show us love with his analysis. So Dr. Tebat, I hope say you did there. If they show your face today, I be as we can be. Now one day go show face, greet our people, I beg.
Greet, make una forgive me. Now this time where they can shift from morning where Labour Party they do their session for court, come move on for evening. It get as it can affect my program. So I know fit. Maybe hopefully the reverse to a more meaningful time because as they do sometimes I dey for car, they drive and things like that. So make una just bear with me. But as per say, I know my face now. Now as soon as I see I'm not so it be. Nothing hide. You know,
it's okay. So my people will just go straight to waiting they happen for court today. So make we start today display the transcript for screen. Make our people go begin to see how the comprehensive list of the council's appearances as in take they there. For us, we be the petitioners. We got our Dr. Levy, we get our Kanu, and we get Equator, all of them there. And then they get the one for the respondents, as on as I'm there, Pinero and co. The ones for the second and third respondent will be Tinubu and Shetima, Chief Hakim, there, Emmanuel Okala, there, Oladipo there. Then we get the ones will be for the fourth respondent will be APC, Folabi Fasiano San and Solomon Umo San. So then plenty for there. So there is an application for interrogatories. Court mentioned it will be giving a ruling on that day, you know. They are about to do that first before we proceed. Justice are writing. So this thing as in take put time, 9 would they bring and come. If they look screen, you go see one of the things that they just looked into before ruling on an application is whether the petitioners have satisfied the requirements of the law to justify the grant of that very particular application. So, interrogatories. Paragraph 17 of the schedule to the Electoral Act provides that the time for interrogatories, the time has been exceeded, therefore the application by the petitioner cannot be granted. It means say that interrogatories where they talk about, say the court no great grant them. Justices said that the petitioners, that is LP and OB, should have mentioned that they filed an application earlier and that failure to indicate this to the court makes it useless. Therefore, the application failed and is hereby dismissed. So that interrogatory is where then they ask for court dismiss them today. Now, the lawyers responded as the court pleases. So, up next is the witness will be that very PW3, called the Channels television man to the stand. That one will be say yesterday, suppose give that very evidence yesterday. So, the man don't mount the pulpit. I've been awaiting the witness box, and then they call him. So Levi said, okay, thanks, my lords. We are ready to continue where we stopped yesterday. And they called the Okuteba, where we say go continue with the proceedings. So next this thing, so Okuteba can't take over for there. Say, you already swore yesterday. In paragraph 1 of the written statement, you made mention of your identity card. Do you have it with you? The witness say yes. Then Okuteba say, can I see it? He shows it for the tendering of the ID card. All respondents, no objection. It means say they no one object. All those objection masters, they no object. Witness still inside the witness box. And then LP said that if not the continuous objection from the respondents, the matter will have gone faster. You don't say this people now objection, objection, objection. So LP don't begin the complaint say if to say these people not object for all these things, even this Saturday myself them for no do the matter. Them for don't finish all those things yesterday. They are praying for time to be paused in situations where objection can be kept till final address. So the ID card of the witness was admitted and marked as exhibit PBH2. So the lawyer for Labour Party, Okuteba Hassan, is applying for the first video to be played. This very video, now be that very video where everybody in the struggle say they no go play since day before yesterday myself, now it starts. Yesterday, they no agree made them play that very video. He said, INEC say, my loss, I want you all to take note of the glitches, because there will be some. Who tell and say glitch day when be INEC? In think say na only we think say na for INEC then they get glitches. For court then they get glitches. They never even define wetin be glitches. So anyway, make we dey go on as soon as they look the screen. LP, this is not the beavers you use for election, so it will work. Everybody for court can't laugh. Now true, he tell them, as me I no even see this one before I they talk my own. Then think say everything na glitch, na glitch. They never even explain wetin be glitch myself. Video was playing in low volume, meaning say people no hear am, the justice is no here. So in the video, Mahmoud, that is Mahmoud, was addressing the press and other stakeholders. We will still get to that very video and we will show on the video. And he said they are making provision for the success of the general election. And training was conducted for the INEC staff on how to use the beavers. Also, no going back on transmission of elections in real time from polling units. So, take note of the word real time. That is part of what LP intends to bring out. So we go still go to that very video. We go show na this very video. Yeah. But I won't continue on the transcript before I go bring out this very video, because we get the video. That's why we come live, so that we go show na this very video where we say all of them they object to. They no one made them show this very video. Now that very place, this very video will come. Now I want to make Dr. Telbert chook him out for there. So first, a second video that is labeled PBH4 is playing of Sheung interviewing Festus Okoye. Festus Okoye said technical glitches affected the upload of the results to iRev. Now, Sheung asked if it was a hack or server failure. Recall, Sheung is a presenter of this Channels television that anchors Politics Now on Channels television. So it is him that is interviewing Festus Okoye. And Festus Okoye is that very INEC bagman. I be how I even want take column. We be say every time he go come the lie to Nigeria. Anyway, now Dr. Te go give him in title as then they take give him. Next slide, I beg. So as we dey enter next slide now, we be say the video make I feel because they not even enter the third video. Make I first start with this very first video of phase 2 Sokoye. But before he play, make una read wetin happen for here now. Then start the ask am whether it's a reporter. You understand? So first, let's get to that first video. We go make am short. Make we see that one of that very particular video wey be say e dey make INEC dey fear or wetin dem talk. When he play finish, then we go for the main real one, the real enemy of Nigeria, which is Mahmood Yakubu. Una go hear that very video wey be say they no one make them bring am to evidence. That video, make we play phase 2 Sokoye own. Dr. Tell, I dey come to you after this video.
That particular decision.
All right, I need to bring in some of my other guests into the conversation. But there's those who are not happy that almost 2 weeks after the election, INEC has not been able to successfully upload all the results. There is a plan of Occupy INEC protest that has been threatened by some persons in the country. The Labour Party has said they want to monitor and look at how INEC is uploading backing up the result in your portal. Are you considering allowing them to look at how that is being done? Or is that the final answer from INEC that you won't allow the Labour Party to see that?
In terms of the issue of protest, the commission is a public trust. And as far as the commission is concerned, any Nigerian who has any grievance has the constitutional and legal right to come to the commission to protest. The commission will not prevent any individual or group of individuals or any political party association from coming to protest, because the commission is a public trust and is a public institution, and we cannot prevent anybody from coming to protest. On the issue of a political party saying that he wants to come and look at our cloud or look at the IREP or look into the brain of the beavers, the commission will not allow that to happen. Every political party that deployed polling agents has a copy of the polling unit level results. So if a political party wants to now come into the commission and then wants to look at people's biometrics, we will not allow that to happen, because the law does not look. The commission is a regulator of political parties, and the political parties cannot, just because of some of these challenges that are taking place, turn around and want to regulate the commission. The commission will not allow that to happen.
All right. So give me some minutes, because I mean, some of these political parties are already asking that the INEC chairman should be.
Okay. So this one now the first video where we say they play for court today. So Dr. Etel, I won't make you analyze this very thing, make our people understand the importance of bringing this particular video to court as evidence. Please do that so that we can quickly move to the next video.
Well, two things. Number one is this. So far in Nigeria, video or audio recordings have been, can now be accepted. Our Evidence Act has been altered to accommodate video evidence. Now, what it means is this. Before now, if you bring something, maybe WhatsApp message that you had with someone, or you bring conversation you had with someone that you recorded in audio or video, our Evidence Act in Nigeria does not recognize it. But now our Evidence Act recognizes it. And what it means is that this statement that Festus Okoye made in public can be tendered as evidence, even if Festus Okoye cannot be compelled or subpoenaed to come to the court. He has inadvertently testified about the workings of the beavers, or everything he said there could be taken as a testimony now. because it is evidence and it is recorded. And the reason why they brought Channels television people is because Channel is an institution. They subpoenaed Channels, and the reason why they asked that Channel television staff to produce his ID card is to prove that indeed he is not there in his capacity as a person, but in his capacity as a representative of an organization called Channels. Because the subpoena was issued to the MD of Channels, and this person has been delegated by MD of Channels to go and make this representation. So what that is trying to imply is that, yes, we interviewed this person officially in the national television, and this is what he said. And secondly, let me put this clear to our people to understand. We keep saying, oh, INEC chairman promised us, Festus Okoye promised us. They do not owe us any promise. I keep saying it. We employ them to obey the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We employ them, we Nigerians employ them to follow the Electoral Act 2022 and carry out, execute the election, our presidential election, based on what is written on the Electoral Act. And all Festus Okoye have been saying, like many others will play today, even INEC chairman, they are not saying their desire. They are not trying to say, oh, I wish this could be like this, or this is what we want. They are saying what the law says. They are saying what the job they were hired to do, what the job description that the Electoral Act has spelled out to them. He said it on television. They said it several times. They wrote it as a press statement. And now, INEC chairman, on the 1st of March, around 3 a.m., woke up, jettisoned everything, threw all those things into the garbage bin, and Festus Okoye is now singing another tune. Festus Okoye is a lawyer, and his duty in INEC is he is the person who is in charge of voter education, meaning that even if the Electoral Act did not say it, because he's in charge of voter education, and all Nigerians are not meant to go and begin to study and read the Electoral Act. We took his word, whatever he said on air, as if that is the law, because he is in charge of education. Whatever he educated us to do is what we are doing. And there are many other things Festus Okoye said on air in terms of the education that they currently are denying, even though it is there, spelled out in the Electoral Act.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that very distinct. Our people, well, the waiting I want to add there before we go back to the second video is that as this very video of this man saying this thing has entered as evidence, it means clearly that now these justices, these judges, they are going to look at that evidence. We have been watching it every time. They have been watching it, but it has not come to them as evidence. Now it has come to them as evidence. It's for them to consider whether those promises and those things those people say there, whether it is how it should be done. So it is now, that is one of the major reasons, in my opinion, why they brought it. Then moving forward, I beg, make we put a transcript before we go to the main enemy, Mahmood Yakubu's own video. Now, for that very place, I go see why Peter Obi want carry 2 TV enter court today. Say, if the other one no work, the other one go work. So that if they can't carry their village winch, enter the other TV, the other one go play. So you don't even want to take any this thing. So as they are playing the 30 this thing there, Tinubu choosing Shetima, that is the one they played. But before we get to that one, I go want make on see the one where we say it concern the main enemy of Nigeria, which here now play that Tinubu choosing Shetima, who already has a senatorial this thing there. So now go to the number 10, the next slide. Very video next, but let me see. Can you please, if not, you need to quickly move me up to that very video, because I don't want anything that will kill our time. Today is Saturday. People are still at work. We that are in the studio is there. But while he's trying to put that very video, please, I beg, we get about 3,000 persons where they watch out for here. Make una for like and make other people get notifications, see what's in the happen. Make other people for watch this video too. You know, I beg, as on a day, I know say no obedience there, they watch. No be oppositions there. People where they here, and people will be say they like as we they bring the thing for them. That's why once we enter, how the thing take enter. So as on a day here, more than 3,000 persons they here live now. This video make others. Now the good thing you feel do for P2B, as in waka today will be Saturday, carry go court. Now send them. Now we send them. You know they do them by himself. Now send them, make him go because president. So, this very video, you they show other obedience. If then they work, then will get notification. It don't P2B there for court and see what is the present. So I know you say you know one do am, so make you for do am. Now as on I don't use this time watch waiting for screen how the other things play out. Make we go to that video. Make I tell you now this video in one put now it go reach because they allow and play. It reach like 20 minutes. But we will go leave them for 10 minutes. We will leave them for 10 minutes. Within that 10 minutes, we go still understand why P2B carried this very particular evidence and court admit this evidence. Dr. Ete at the con, when you don't play, that's why because of you, now I one shot and to 10 minutes. Make that very distant. I better put the video, make them see waiting P2B carry enter court.
Already, we are at the most critical stage in the implementation of the activities in the timetable and schedule of activities for the general election. Working with political parties and other stakeholders, the Commission has so far successfully implemented 9 out of 14 activities for the general election. We are also making a steady progress in other critical areas of preparation for the election, including the provision of sensitive and non-sensitive materials, the recruitment of staff, and planning for the movement of personnel and materials for the election. Only last week, we commenced the training of master trainers on election technology to ensure a seamless process. Beginning from tomorrow, we will commence the same training at zonal level and subsequently train all the ad hoc staff for the 176,846 polling units nationwide. On this note, let me once again reassure Nigerians that there is no going back on the deployment of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, for voter accreditation. There is no going back on the transmission of results on the INEC result viewing portal in real time on election day. There will be no incident form that enables ineligible persons to vote using other people's permanent voters' cards during elections. We are committed to ensuring that the 2023 general election is transparent and credible, reflecting the will of the Nigerian people. The critical foundation for credible election is the voters' register. You may recall that the CVR, which started on the 28th of June 2021, lasted for 13 consecutive months.
My people, I just say make them pause this very video because as on a day here now they watch, when I won't hear everything where the man talk. I don't say I go hear am. But before we go continue, as this one just do 1-2 minutes. When I hear the small one where we say we don't carry come, the evidence when they put it, all those promises when they give. Now they sweet me. That's why I say make them pause first. Make on a no verse. We'll go back. I be Dr. Ete, how you feel? As you take care of this thing, promise where this man they give every time, as the promise don't waka enter court, how you take feel?
Promise. He doesn't owe us promise. He was just simply mentioning what is his job description as spelled out in the Electoral Act. You know, promise is something someone does to you if he likes. He can withdraw it. But when someone is doing something, because like when you go to bank, the cashier does not say, I promise that if you come to withdraw money, I will give you your money. No, even if the cashier hates your face, the moment you present your check, he or she must pay you. What this man is saying here is exactly what the Electoral Act said. He is telling us exactly that I understand my job. There is no going back on my job. We will do this job as the law has empowered us. Whether he likes us or not, he is bound to doing it. And which means he knew his job, which means he knew what the law required him to do. Yet he deliberately decided not to do it. And now he has caused this chaos we have in the country today. He plunged us into all this confusion we find ourselves today. Because that man is intelligent enough, he knew his job, and this is what is called negligence of duty. And this negligence of duty is very, very expensive.
Okay. I tell us, you don't talk this one. Yes, it is very expensive. And I understand why you talk, say that thing no be promise, he be. Now in job, now they do. Now the thing where we say the law talk, say he go do, now he go do. I know some people now, they go down the verse, say why I come out, make them hear where we're waiting in talk again. I beg producer, project them for them, they don't the verse. I go hear them. But the make on I understand though, say, now evidence now court don't get that thing as evidence. Now be my own point. I beg make we listen again.
Consecutive month until its suspension on 31st July 2022. During that period, the Commission gave Nigerians regular weekly update showing the progress of the exercise nationwide, including analysis of the distribution of voters by age, occupation, gender, and disability for our planning purposes and for public information. At the end of the exercise, 12,298,944 Nigerians successfully completed the registration as new voters. All along, we have repeatedly assured Nigerians that our process of cleaning up the register is robust. After a rigorous cleaning up of the data using the automated biometric identification system, a total of 2,780,756, or 26% of new voters, 22.6% of new voters were identified as ineligible registrants and invalidated from the record. Among them, double and multiple registrants, underage persons, and outrightly fake registrations that failed to meet our business rules. Consequently, the number of valid registrations post-ABIS is now 9,518,188. In terms of demographic distribution, 7.2 million new voters, or 76.5%, are young people between the ages of 18 and 34 years, while there is a slightly higher number of female, that is 4.8 million, or 50.82%, than male, 4.6 million, or 49.18% voters. In terms of occupation, 3.8 million, or 40.8%, are students. Hard copies giving the full details of the distribution of the new voters are included in your folders for this meeting. The soft copy has already been uploaded to the Commission's website and social media platforms. The Commission deployed thousands of diligent staff for the CVR exercise, and the vast majority of them discharged their duties conscientiously. Unfortunately, a few of them did not. The fictitious registrations were carried out by some of our registration officers involved in the field exercise and could easily be traced. Each registration machine is operated using an access code tied to a dedicated email assigned to a staff. There is therefore an audit trail that gives the total number of persons registered by each official involved in the registration exercise. In some cases, some of them made as many as 40 attempts or more to register one fake voter, and yet were able to detect the shenanigans. As a result, the Commission has so far identified 23 registration officers involved in this unethical conduct, and disciplinary action against this staff has commenced. We shall continue to protect the integrity of our voters' register. It is pivotal to credible elections. It is also a national asset and easily the largest database of citizens in Africa and one of the largest in the world. The 9.5 million new voters have been added to the existing register of 84,004,084 voters. The preliminary register of voters in Nigeria now stands at 93,522,272. It is preliminary because Section 19, subsections 1 and 2 of the Electoral Act requires the Commission to display the hard copies of the register of voters for each registration area or ward and local government area, and simultaneously publish the entire register on the Commission's website for a period of 2 weeks for scrutiny, claims, and objections by citizens, not later than 90 days to a general election. Accordingly, in the next few days, the Commission will print 9.3 million pages of the register. The hard copy will be displayed for each of the 8,809 registration areas or wards and 774 local government areas nationwide, while the entire register will be published on our website for claims and objections as required by law. The display of the fiscal register will take place at the designated centers from Saturday 12th to Friday 25th November 2022. Further details, including the procedure for filing claims and objections, will be released by the Commission next week. I would like to appeal to all Nigerians to seize the opportunity of the display to scrutinize the list and help us to clean it up further so that the final register of voters for the 2023 general election can be compiled and published. The Commission is also working hard to ensure the completion of printing of the remaining PVCs for new voters, as well as those that applied for transfer or the replacement of their lost or damaged cards. In the coming days, we'll also inform Nigerians of the detailed plan to ensure a seamless collection of the PVCs. We are aware that Nigerians expect an improvement in the procedure for PVC collection. Since the end of the CVR in July this year, we have been working to ensure that citizens have a pleasant experience when they come to collect their PVCs. Beyond the voters' register and the compilation and the presentation of the PVCs, the Commission has released the timetable and schedule of activities for the 3 off-cycle governorship elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states. The 3 elections will now hold on Saturday, 11th November 2022. We had to release the timetable yesterday because under the new Electoral Act, the first activity is the publication of the notice for the election. And the law requires that that should be done not later than 360 days before the date fixed for the election. So on November the 14th, we'll publish the statutory notice for the conduct of off-cycle elections in these 3 states, not later than 90 days before the election. Again, hard copies of the timetable are included in your folders for this meeting and also already published on our website and social media platforms. Last week, the Commission cautioned political parties, candidates and their supporters to eschew violence during the electioneering campaign. The statement was necessary against the background of clashes among supporters of different political parties, including allegations of denial of access to public facilities and the destruction of billboards and other outdoor campaign materials by act of thuggery. The campaigns have just begun. As party leaders, you should remain committed to peaceful electioneering. We'll continue to work together to remove encumbrances to the right of parties and candidates to freely canvass for the support of the electorate. The Commission will continue to track the campaigns and will not hesitate to initiate the process of prosecution of violators as provided by law. It is clear to the Commission that as the general election approaches, there will be need to meet more frequently with leaders of political parties. We hope that in spite of your campaign activities, you will oblige us. In fact, we plan to invite you very soon for a discussion on political rallies and the issue of campaign finance, including the limits on expenses set by the Commission, which the law says it should be done in consultation with the political parties. So if we invite you again, maybe as early as next week, please oblige us in spite of your busy campaign schedules. We are also going to invite you next week to inspect samples of the materials to be used for the general election as required by Section 42 of the Electoral Act. So kindly oblige us. We'll send letters of invitation to all the political parties as required by law, and the inspection.
Okay, we have to stop here. We have, there's a third video that is played in court. But let me make this announcement. Let's understand. Evidence. While we are hoping for the next video to come in, the transcript of today will be displayed while I give Dr. Talbot the opportunity to give us an analysis of what this very evidence meant for us coming to this, for P2B bringing it to court. Dr. Talbot, let's hear from you, and while you are talking, we'll be displaying the transcript from the court as we speak, so that when we finish, we see if we have time to play the third video that was played in court today.
From when we listen to Mahmoud, you could see an intelligent man who have done his homework well, ready for this election. It is very clear from this press conference this man released here that if anything happened as it happened during the election, it was deliberately made to happen so by INEC themselves. The system is organized, the process is okay, Nigerians bought into it, people register for their vote, everything was working. In fact, the Senate and the House of Rep worked perfectly. Whatsoever happened on the presidency was a deliberate manipulation by INEC themselves. So when it is time for our lawyers to begin to write reports, because majority of the things happening in the court is not going to be banter word for word again. When they are going to write their reports, you will see that they will corroborate the statement this man has made, link it with expert witnesses that they have brought in the court, like the software engineer, to prove that indeed INEC compromised the system. The things the man has listed, even the other interview he granted the BBC and the statement he made at Chatham House, shows that the only thing that could make beavers and the upload of this result not to happen is if INEC choose to make it not happen. INEC is the mole that Nigeria have in our election, and Mahmoud himself is the chief mole. If he does not know who compromised the system, let him come and testify on oath that he did not know, because these beavers couldn't have been compromised if INEC was not an accomplice to it. So it has been admitted as evidence. The software engineers have also, their testimonies have been admitted as evidence, and our lawyers are going to argue to show that indeed what happened was a making of INEC. And the purpose why they did it is so that they will have time to manipulate EC8A results going forward so that they can do all those dirty things that they were uploaded. So what the lawyers will be praying again is, please, can our own agents copy? Just like Festus Okoye said. Festus Okoye says that all the parties have their agent, which means they can tender the copy of the agent. Labour Party agents' EC8A result will now be tendered to disprove the junk they uploaded in the IRF, and also to show the miscalculation that happened on EC8A, B, C, D, up to E that they eventually announced. So this thing is a well-calculated effort by the lawyers of the Labour Party. They're intelligent people. They know what they are doing. But as I have said, and I keep saying, and I'm really seriously have to say, somebody called me today. He's not a Nigerian, but he's someone who is following Nigerian politics. And he said to me, I have been following the politics in your country, and I can see the evidence that have been marshaled out. From every indication, this election was fraudulent and it should be cancelled. But then he said to me that he is worried because he does not believe that the lawyers, the judges in my country, has enough guts, enough boldness to announce a judgment that will remove a sitting president. That's what he told me. And I told him, stop insulting my country and our judges. They will do what is the right thing. And he laughed at me and said, okay, let us see how it goes. Even though the evidence being piled up in the court shows that there was a lot of compromise in this election, that he still believes that the judges themselves may be compromised not to say the right thing. I say, go your way. The Lord will prevail for us. And I want us to keep praying that indeed God will prevail for Nigeria, because we all know what happened. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Ete, thank you. Spoke my mind. I think we're in the same distance. So, as on a see on our screen now, they don't apply for court. Why Dr. Tebert was analyzing this very particular video, we take that very time to show now the slides of the transcript of the court as he take video. Now, if you see how it take go as in the talk, and I go read, I know saying or don't read them because I know if they read them out because of time, so that we are waiting the tell go talk at the same time they see the transcript. So as soon as I see for on a screen now, I go see say court just adjourn, and then contact say na till on Tuesday will be June 13th, 2023, na morning. So Dr. Etel, it be like say this morning time go favor you, but you know go favor our brothers way there for US because their time zone na afternoon. But we go see how we go take do am.
Their system and serve what we have done for them. It's like we don't prepare the breakfast. We will serve them the breakfast in bed.
Some of them go want the thing as the thing they take they happen. So my people, as on I don't see them to play that very third video, our time don't choke. If we begin to play the third video now, we don't know how far it go take go. So I go just talk say make we the third video we will soon bring them. You know they finish on Tuesday court day. If we want it on Monday, we will fit showcase the third video because you need time to download, and also the waiting the lawyers talk. Everybody come out now because
I think what we'll do, is it okay if I say something?
Ahead quickly.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I think what we'll do is, because there is no court sitting on Monday being public holiday in Nigeria, let us use it to play the last video and then take questions and answers regarding all the hearings so far. Let it just be more interactive. Everybody get ready on Monday and let us do this show. And then also harp on what happened in the second state where Labour Party is contesting its governorship seat, that is Enugu State. How the issue of certificate forgery, what NYSC has done, and other things. Let it be more like moving away from, let's just summarize everything so that by Tuesday, we are back again with courts.
Okay. So that's one join for Zoom. You understand? So we'll link when we start so that people will be saying they won't join us for Zoom, go join us. So people, we don't thank on Dr. Etel. We thank you as on all of us don't see. Make we continue to they pray, they hope, say this mandate where they collect, then go return them. Because some people will not understand the import of this very evidence where we watch now. Go still analyze them on Monday, make una for understand. Now, one of the big things will happen. Even today, some of the forms, EC 40 forms, I think EC 04, what in they call that for myself? He enter, then bring the one for Benue State. That very form where they show where they do election, but they no bring the what they call and that form where they come out from there, the result. So all those ones, then throw them into the court accept and then do their objection. And if you see on screen, that time when I see the transcript. So all this Monday, we go table and down. We also bring Zoom invite link where we say if you want to join us live for studio, you go join us that very time. And as our number day, producer, if you display number, if you tell us, make we for send you the link on time so that you go join us live for that very day. So I thank Una as we watch this very thing, and God go bless our Mr. P2B. He go bless the lawyers where they present this evidence for court, and he go bless us where we say we they pray every day, make Nigeria for change. Because all this our sacrifice, what would they do? Now make Nigeria for change, nothing else. Because we want make things begin to work as if they work for that country inside Nigeria. I thank Una very much for being with us. Una bye-bye.